guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Ashamii. This is my first ever video, so I'm really excited to see how you guys are gonna like it. If you guys like it, I ended up doing a pink cut crease with a blue liner. So let's just get right into the video. Thank you.
Okay guys, so first I'm gonna start off with priming my eyelid with the LA Girl Pro Concealer. After that, I'm going to set my eyebrows just to keep them out of the way and in place. After that, I'm going to go ahead and prime my face with my e.l.f. Pore Filling Primer. Then I'm going to go ahead and set the concealer that I put on my eyelids with some translucent powder from Airspun. And I know I'm kind of all over the place, but I mean, who's ever perfectly in order when they do their makeup? And then I set my face with the same Airspun powder. I like to do this. I learned this trick from Jackie Aina. I enjoy it because it allows for my face to stay matte underneath my foundation, because I use a dewy foundation and I like the look of that, but at the same time I want it to last all day. After that, I take my sponge and I blend my foundation out, and then I apply my concealer. It's also from Maybelline, and it's their Instant Age Rewind Concealer. Then I take my same LA Girl Pro Concealer and I put it underneath my eyes as well, just to mix them together, because one is a little light and then the other one's a little darker. Go ahead and take the same sponge I used to blend out my foundation, and I blend out my concealer, and I start with the chin, the nose, and the forehead, so that I can allow for the concealer under my eyes to start getting a little bit more tacky, so I get more coverage out of it. After that, I take that same Airspun powder and I dip into it, and then after I dip into it, I dip it onto the back of my hand or something like that, just to take off a lot of the excess powder, just so that I can stamp it right into my skin and blend it out, because I noticed that when I use too much of this powder, my under eyes get really dry and cakey. So I try to alleviate that problem by tapping most of it off, and then I do the same thing with the other parts of my face that I highlighted. Then I take my e.l.f. finishing powder in deep, and I set my face with the powder brush, and I set every other area, and I go over kind of the edges of the highlighted areas, just to make sure they're all seamlessly blended into everything else. After that, I go in and contour, and I use my e.l.f. contour palette in deep, and I go into the darkest shade in the palette with an angle brush, and I make sure I stamp off most of the powder just so I don't get too much of a harsh line, and I just go around my face, in my cheekbones, on my jawline, and around my forehead, just so I get that real snatched look. After contouring my face, I take a small, kind of fluffy but also kind of dense brush, and I go over my nose just so that it doesn't look flat, because I have a small nose and it will kind of look, I don't know, washed out or a little awkward if I don't go in and contour it. So I just do that really lightly, and then I kind of go over that with my sponge just to blend out any harsh edges. I'm gonna take, I think it's called Abu, into my crease, just to give me a nice deep crease color to work with. Then I'm going to go into my Take Me Back to Brazil palette from BH Cosmetics, and I'm going to go in with the bright pink shade, and I'm going to blend that right into and above that first color that I applied in my crease. I'm gonna take an even fluffier brush and I'm gonna blend out the edges because I don't want a harsh pink line right on the outside right by my brow. So I'm gonna just take a clean brush, nothing on it, and I'm gonna blend out that line. After that, I'm going to take a pencil brush from the crayon case and I'm going to take the pink shade and the purple shade right underneath it, and I'm going to blend that deeper into my crease just to add some depth so that I have like a nice gradient effect in my crease. I'm taking that shade and I'm stamping it on first just so I can get some color payoff because there are already colors in my crease, and then after that I'm going to take and blend them out. After blending everything out, I'm going to take a flat concealer brush and I'm going to take a little bit of my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Toffee, and I'm going to place that right like underneath every shade that I put down just to like get a nice cut crease going. After that, I'm going to go ahead and blend out the concealer just so that it's not too thick and globby. And then I'm going to set it in place with that same airspun powder. And because I decided so wisely to place the powder down with this huge sponge, I had to go in and use my brush to sweep off a lot of the excess. And then I go in back with a pencil brush from that same collection from the crayon case. And I blend out that I blend out the purple shade and pink shade right into my crease just to make sure that line is still there and it is still present and it is still sharp. Then I start filling myself and I'll be right back with everything done.
Alright guys, so this is finished look. This is what I got. I ended up using a blue lipstick from Fenty Beauty to make the wing. Popped on some lashes, finished it up, put on a new lip, and this is what I got. I really love it. I want to look at it all day. Oh, and then I ended up setting the blue liner in place with some blue eyeshadow. So I really like it. I hope you all liked it. And yeah, thank you so much.